I should have left it buried. I should have sealed the wall back up and forgotten the soft, leathery texture under my fingers, the bitter scent of dust and something far older than rot. But no curiosity remains harmless when the abyss decides to whisper. My name, if names still matter, was Nathaniel Greaves. I served as the municipal archivist in Ashford Hollow, a town whose bones were older than roads and whose silence had deepened with every generation. The archive, housed in a half-sunken colonial building no one remembered building, had become more crypt than workplace. The heating hadn't worked in years. The lights flickered like distant lightning. The few who remained in Ashford Hollow never visited. It was a Tuesday when I discovered the hollow space behind the lower stacks, where a partial cave-in had exposed stone that didn't match the rest of the foundation. I cleared away the debris and reached inside, feeling something wrapped tightly in hide, thick, pale, and dry like forgotten parchment. It was a book. No title, no author, no publisher, no indication it had ever been printed by human hands. Its surface throbbed faintly with warmth, as if it remembered being alive. When I touched it, my breath hitched. The skin of my palms burned cold, and a sound, not quite a voice, rose somewhere in my chest, not speech, more like a suggestion, a beckoning. The text inside moved. At first I thought the pages were blank. Then, under certain angles of light, black script revealed itself, letters that danced, blurred, split, and reformed like oil on water. They weren't English, nor Latin, nor Greek, nor anything I recognized. And yet, somehow, I could read them. That was the first transgression. I told myself it was a cipher or a linguistic hallucination. I devoured page after page, each one worse than the last. The text pulsed with internal rhythm, an unnatural cadence I began to feel behind my eyes. Some pages felt wet, others hissed quietly when turned. The margins were alive with ink diagrams that shifted when I wasn't looking. There were illustrations, cities turned inside out, beings with too many limbs and none, suns devouring themselves, mouths where no mouths should be. By the third night, my sleep was filled with impossible architecture and voices with no source. I awoke with ink on my fingers. I found scraps of paper written in my own hand, written in that script. But I had no memory of writing them. That's when I began seeing the name, or the concept, or whatever Yuratoth truly is. The whisperer in hollow spaces, the voice between stars, he who watches the breathing walls. I saw those phrases again and again, nested in diagrams, spiraling into margins, echoing between paragraphs. I would stare into a page and feel it staring back. My world began to shift. The halls of the archive grew longer. Doors led to places they shouldn't. A staircase descended farther than the building's depth. The lights dimmed even when fully powered. I could no longer tell if time passed normally. Then, one night, I saw it. I'd wandered into a corridor that didn't belong to the archive. Stone walls slick with condensation, the air heavy like the inside of a lung. At the far end stood a tall figure, cloaked in shifting veils of shadow, its face smooth and silver, reflecting no light. It didn't speak aloud. Its words struck directly inside my mind. You were written. You are not born. You are grammar given flesh. Your bones are structure. Your blood is ink. You belong to the story now. When I blinked, it was gone. In its place was a single page on the floor. My portrait, drawn in perfect detail. I was standing exactly where I had been moments before. After that, my reflection betrayed me. Sometimes I wasn't in mirrors. Sometimes I was. But the reflection moved before I did. I stopped trusting clocks, phones, documents. Nothing was fixed. My own name began to look wrong. I fled to Cooperstown, trying to explain, trying to find help. But there was no record of me. My birth certificate returned a blank. My ID photo shifted when no one was looking. People grew cold around me, like I was subtracting from the world. I became unmade. Ashford Hollow itself began to fade. Its streets felt older, its houses uninhabited, as if the whole town were sinking into some unseen fold of space. No birds, no sirens, no wind. Back in the archive, the book lay open, waiting. I found it on my desk, though I didn't remember bringing it back. A fresh page awaited. Now I write in it. I write these final words, not because I hope to warn you, but because the book compels it. It's not finished with me yet. Perhaps it never will be. Because I've seen what lies past the final page, a place where language bleeds and thoughts scream, where Uratoth waits, unfinished, unread, inscribed into the marrow of all things. And once this sentence ends, he will. If you're reading this, it's already begun. There is no end, only another page to write.